Pokemon has a problem. They've tried to kill the price of Prismatic and bring it closer to MSRP countless times, but yet regardless of how many times that they reprint Prismatic evolutions, it seems to really have no long-term effect on the value. And what makes Prismatic evolution so desirable in comparison to some of the other favored ETBs? You see, at first glance, you might look at Prismatic evolutions. This is going for about $130 at the making of this video, and you might look at it just like any other ordinary ETB. But what really makes a difference with Prismatic? Why is it that nobody can seem to stop this? Why is it that Prismatic evolutions always seems to be the first to sell out on rip and shipper streams? I personally think this specialty set will continue to hold its value and desirability over time. No idea what the short term is going to be, simply because of the lottery factor. Now, when I discuss the lottery factor, what am I really talking about? It's perfect for the gamblers, as one day you could get your very own God pack. Now, getting a God pack is not the only thing that raises the desirability of Prismatic evolution, but it's always in the back of people's minds. What if this is the time I could really get this? And then with Prismatic evolutions, you give up hope. You say, you know what? This is a 1 in 2,000 odds. There's no way in the world that I'm ever going to be that lucky. And then your friend sends you a message saying, I finally got a God pack. And you're over there pissed off. Like, what the fuck, man? I just opened up 300 packs and I didn't even hit one SIR. And what's even crazier about the SIRs is even if you do hit one of the SIRs, there's 32 of them. And when we compare the value, the potential value, because that's what it's all about. You're pulling on people's strings, the gambling strings, just one more hit, just one more pack. What could you really find in another Scarlet and Violet that would compare? Are you going to get the Charizard? Oh, great, the 151 Charizard, but it's going out of print, bro. It's going out of print. Great. I love the set too. Awesome. But what are you going to get from 151? Just a question. What could you possibly get in that box that's going to be worth more than you probably paid to open it? But DJ 151 got a lot of people back in the hobby. Valid, true, valid. It definitely got a lot of people back in the hobby. But you know what else got a lot of people back in the hobby? Prismatic evolutions. Have you not figured that out by now? That is literally what the video was about, Timmy. Where Prismatic differs from most sets, at least modern sets for sure, is that you know you could open that and then the chances of you getting something worth $50, $100, getting at least half of your money back or most of your money back or 10xing your money is always possible. And what do you think is going to happen when Prismatic evolution eventually goes out of print? Because everything has to go out of print eventually. Do you think next bull run that Umbreon's only going to be worth $4,000 in a PSA 10? Do you think Sylveon's only going to be $1,300 when it's already been ripped everywhere? And have you ever heard the YouTubers talk about, oh, these people came during Prismatic evolution. The crypto bros only came during Prismatic evolution. They ruined the hobby. These new people are ruining the hobby. Well, guess what? Maybe there is some truth to that, but I'm here to tell you there are way more people that have come from Prismatic or into Prismatic than ever before. Why do you think they print so much? Because they know they can sell it. And long term, what do you think that people are going to be into? Is it going to be some random set or is it going to be Prismatic evolutions? No, they're going to remember 2025, the nostalgia that kids have for this set, that adults have for this set, for old mofos like myself have for Prismatic evolution. Don't you think they're going to want to relive that? You see, the beautiful part is it's not just opening the pack to open the pack. No, my friends, it's the perceived value inside of it. It's the loot box. You don't think people like loot boxes? Do you guys like my earmuffs? These are my daughter's. She's asked if I put it in the video. I don't know why. I did it for her. Listen, guys, whether you like evolutions or you do not, it's kind of irrelevant at this point. The overall success with evolutions is unmatched. Both of my kids, all they ever talk about is Prismatic evolution. When Mega came out, guess what? I came home with a booster box and I said, kids, I got some Pokemon, new set, baby. And do you know what they said to me? Take a guess. Do you think they were excited for Mega Evolution's base set? They said, Dad, you got more Prismatic evolutions? You could imagine how depressing this was as I was outside in the cold for GameStops for multiple hours. And I said, no, I ain't got no damn Prismatic evolutions. But you might be thinking, well, DJ, I never get an SIR. And I understand that. I get that. Trust me, I have a problem when it comes to opening Pokemon and my addiction. Here is just some of the Prismatic evolution attempts that I had. Every single card in here is Prismatic Evolutions, not to mention these other two completely full boxes. But since the hit rates are so bad, does that make for a fun time? It sure doesn't. Have you ever considered the hits in Prismatic Evolution, which do not have to be SIRs? The Master Balls are highly desirable and very collectible. And I think everybody has to admit that it is pretty cool when you find a card that's valuable. I mean, it's 20 bucks for a lot of these, and Umbreon's way more for the Master Ball, but it feels really good, even if you're not selling the card, to say, hey, you know what? I picked up a card that's worth a load of money. I think that's a really good feeling for most people. Here's the thing. I get it. Prismatic Evolution is about to get a huge reprint from Sam's Club. Limit of 5 per person, which is pretty unheard of from Sam's Club. And yes, the market has been slowing down. Like, for sure, that doesn't mean it always will be slow, but it definitely has slowed down. But even with these reprints, we've seen this before, guys. Literally seen this happen with Costco. And so what do you think is going to happen? Personally, I think Prismatic Evolution is going to go down a lot because these ETBs are going to be sold for $50 a pop. But eventually, that will be dried up too. That supply will also be gone. And in my opinion, Pokemon is going to fail at this, trying to keep the price low. It might go even closer to 80 bucks. Who knows? But long term, it's really going to have no effect on the actual value or perceived value of Prismatic Evolutions. Listen, I'm not saying the only thing that matters with Pokemon, or more specifically Prismatic Evolutions, is just the value. I don't care, guys. I really don't. I mean, I love money. Who doesn't like money? But I love to collect just as much. And in my opinion, you would be fooling yourself to deny the success of Prismatic Evolutions. If you zoom out for just 1 second, you might be able to figure out that, wait a minute, Pokemon over time does seem to go up. I don't know if that's next month. I don't know if that's in a few months or a year. Hell, for all I know, this whole thing could collapse at any minute. Let's just say that person in the comment section that's way too annoying and loud is actually right. Let's say they're going to continue to print this the entire year, more than anything else. They don't give a crap about anything else, and all Pokemon cares about is printing more and more Prismatic Evolutions. It's such a difficult set. Don't you think most people are going to open those? Believe it or not, most people are there to open up the Pokemon. If it's not now, just sitting there. Have you ever had this happen to you? This happens to me all the time, where I see a set, I see an ETB on the wall, I find a pack that I've been hoarding, I've been waiting for a while, and then you just get that itch. You know what I'm talking about? You just really haven't hit anything online. You haven't got anything from MSRP, but guess what? You still got something laying around. And you're looking around the room like, okay, just one more hit. I just need one more juicer. Hey, you know what? Maybe you're super ballin' rich. Money's not a problem for you. You can get Pokemon any second of any day that you want. I respect it, no problem. But for everybody else, it's not that easy to get Pokemon at a reasonable price. And so when it finally comes out and it's going nationwide to Sam's, and Lowe's is going to start carrying all this Pokemon, and everybody's going to get it, what do you think they're going to do? Are they going to let it sit there and wait 3 to 5 to 10 years and maybe 2, 3, 5x their money long term? Or do you think it's more likely that since they got it from Sam's Club for 50 bucks, right, that kind of helps the addiction, it kind of helps you open it up. You're like, you know what, bro, I only paid 50 bucks for this. This is like MSRP. It's even under MSRP a little bit because it also comes with the Pokeball. What do I have to lose when opening these sets that I only paid 50 bucks for? And guess what? All that massive supply, all hundreds of thousands of those Prismatic, not every single one's going to be open. I get that, but I bet you most of them are. And when the room's quiet and it's dark and you look around, guess what's speaking to you in the back of your mind? That Prismatic Evolutions ETB that you just purchased for 50 bucks. And it's sitting there saying to you, open me. You know you want to. Come on, just open it up. And then the supply dries up and we're right back to where we were, just like all the other reprints we've been seeing. I know I said it earlier in the video, but really think about it logically. You know, the other day I was looking at 151 and I was looking at some of my other ETBs and I was like, you know what, dude, this is gonna be really sad when these go out of print. And it's like, you almost take that for granted because it hasn't really been that long for Prismatic Evolutions. And I think people get so used to Prismatic Evolutions coming out and it almost feels like it's never going to end. But unfortunately, all good things have to come to an end. And people almost seemingly take advantage of the situation of like, well, I'll have another chance. And yes, at the moment you will have another chance. In fact, you should have a lot of chances, but you won't always have a chance with Prismatic Evolutions. You won't always be able to open up 14 packs of Prismatic Evolutions. This was like a gift from the heavens, the Prismatic gods. 14 packs packs for $55 from Sam's Club. And you even got some promos with it, man. And eventually, these $120 boxes will go extinct. They will go the way of the dinosaur. And I know it sounds dramatic, but it's true. You can't tell me that long-term Prismatic Evolutions doesn't have desirability. How many times have you been to a card show? I've been so many times this year, and almost every single kid that I have heard, this is obviously anecdotal, was looking for Prismatic Evolution. If you really think about what sparked this bull run, which is the biggest bull run that Pokemon has ever experienced, I mean, I believe they printed 9 billion cards, and yet still people are sitting outside of GameStop. Yes, even through this slowdown. And what do you think's about to happen? At the time you're watching this video, I think Phantasmal Flames launches officially in 2 days. Guess what? Even with a market crash or whatever you want to call it, there will still be a massive line for Phantasmal Flames, and then it just continues on. And then we go into 26th anniversary. The demand shortage. What do you think all these people are going to remember? Besides like old OGs and stuff who remember some of the other things, that's awesome. I respect that. It's going to be Prismatic Evolutions, guys. I wish we could fast forward into the next bull run or the one after. We could really see what happens with Prismatic Evolutions. Like if you ever see Evolving Skies and they open that up and that's like the coolest thing ever on YouTube, and you watch a short and you're like, dang man, should have bought some more of that, should have got some more of that. Don't you think that at some point eventually in the future Prismatic Evolutions will be that same way? Think about it. The Umbreon already is worth $4,000, guys, and it's still getting printed to the freaking ground, but it never hits MSRP. It doesn't even get that close. No matter how much they print this set into the ground or attempt, the Pokemon Center tries so hard. So if this entire video still hasn't convinced you of what I'm trying to say, it's the loot box in it, guys. But why is it that the price never goes down? It's because they didn't get that hit. They never got that God Pack. They never got that Umbreon. And unfortunately, most people never will get that Umbreon. But remember, guys, the beautiful part is there's always a chance. And when there's always a chance at that loot box, what do you think people are going to do? They're gonna take one more hit into the lottery of Prismatic Evolutions. Whether you agree or disagree with me, definitely let me know in the comment section below. This video actually took a really long time to make. I had to walk around everywhere. We did recently break 1,000 subscribers, and I appreciate all of you. I'm going to continue to make these videos. If you're ever looking for Pokemon, unfortunately, I don't sell it for MSRP because I can't get it for MSRP. That is djspokecenter.com. And if you'd like to see another video like this, definitely sound off in the comment section, because if not, then I won't really make this style video. Believe me, there are a lot of sets that I like a lot, like Destined Rivals, 151. I really like 151. I know it's kind of talking some shit, but it's true, man. You can't really get anything in that box. It's more of just like a collectible that sits on your wall and like you would not want to open because there's nothing good to get from it. And that's someone who has got the master set of that like really, really fast, because it's not hard, man. There's like Venusaur, Charizard, and Blastoise. That was cool. That was fun. Super easy set to master. I appreciate every single one of you, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. DJ's Poke Center signing out.